it down.
And record. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna be behind the cameras this morning, and this is a requested video. I had a subscriber to ask me would I show her how to clean, wash, and cut up the collars. So this video is for you. You know who you are. So I'm getting messed up already, so bear with me. It's Sunday. Maybe you need to pray for me. First off, I want y'all to look at this size of the bunch of collard greens. I had another subscriber had asked me on my previous collard green video what size bunch of greens that was. I probably got it all mixed up, but now she asked me how many bunches of collards did I use, and I told her that was one bunch of collards, and this is the size that I use, which I consider the medium size, because down here we can get some really big bunches of collards. This is a medium sized bunch of collards, and they was $3 for the bunch. And they ain't the best looking, but this time of year you'll get a little of this, and not looking so pretty and vibrant and stuff with the weather and stuff changing. And my husband, he's gonna be doing the first part of this video. He always do this for me. Thank you, Gary. He always clean the collars and stuff for me. So without any more talking, because this video I got 3 parts, well 2 more other parts. My husband gonna get started cutting the greens. Prepping the greens. What he'll be doing, he'll be cleaning the leaves off. He'll take this paper towel and he's gonna clean the front and the back of the leaf of the collar. And what's that doing is getting all kind of dirt and residue or whatever might be done build up on the collards or little critters, because you know collards grow outside in the elements, so it may be some kind of little buggy bugs on there, and we want to make sure we get all of those off. So that's what he's gonna be doing, with wiping the collard down with the paper towel and cutting the stem off. So he's fixing to get started, and I'm not gonna take you through the whole process of him cleaning it. I'm just gonna let you go far enough to get a good idea as to what he's doing. Here you go. You got it, Coach. Do you mind talking on camera? If you so, anything you want to tell them, just feel free.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. As May was saying, that I usually do this part of the green prep for her when we're doing collards or turnips, whichever vegetable that we're doing for that day. And what it is, primarily just cutting the stems off and going over the basic part of the leaves and wiping them down and getting the biggest part of anything that's on them off. Of course, when we get through with all of that, so we put them over there in the sink and they'll be washed thoroughly and everything like that. But this is the first process that we do in the greens. As you can see, these are some pretty nice sized leaves. These are some pretty decent greens, probably about the average of what you'll find around our part of the area for this time of year.
They looking pretty good?
Yeah, they're pretty good looking. Just a minute, so take the stem out like so. Biggest of it.
You don't take
and
all the
leave
stem.
and still leave some stem in, because you do want some stem in the collard green stuff. That gives it flavor as well. There's a lot of the flavors in the stem, and a lot of the nutrients are in the stem as well. But if you don't want all these big parts of the stem in there when you're eating collard greens or anything like that, so I have a pan that I put the waste products, the stems and everything in, and I have a pan that I put the actual leafy part of the vegetable in, which is what we'll be using. You notice when I cut the big mega stem on, I had it on a cutting board here, and I just took a big butcher knife that I used there and just cut the stem out, and here go the process.
I taught him how to do this, you guys. He had never cleaned collards or anything like that before he married me. So I taught him, and I'm listening to what he's saying, and I did a pretty good job.
Yes, maybe she won. See, everything I know she taught me, which a lot of it she did already, and stuff like this. But
Can you cook some collard stuff? You ready to go that next step?
yeah, I can cook.
Have you ever cooked collards before?
No, never have.
I believe you can do it. You can do it.
Have no doubt I can.
All right now. All the cooks out there know better than that, don't they? He seen me cook them a lot enough.
Oh. You may have noticed when I cut the band off of this bunch of collards here. They had about 3 sections to this one that made up that bunch. So I just do one section at a time, cut the stem out of one section at a time, and just go down and do it. And bunches and size and everything will vary from wherever you purchase them from. Then you may have 1 or 2 or 3 like this here, and sometimes you may have just 2 of them. Some places you may even just have 1, just depending on the store and availability of the collards or turnips at the time of the year that you're trying to get them now. But maybe I told you already that used to you didn't eat collards and things like this year round all the time until frost got fall. But now with the way things have changed and the way they use stuff that they use to grow vegetables and stuff, now you just about eat these year round.
Tell them, Tuck, how you grow your own collards out in the yard. We didn't do any this year.
Usually is better and tenderer when the frost fall on them.
Tell them that how you grow collards out in our
yes,
garden.
I do grow a lot of our own vegetables. I have a little garden spot in my backyard here that I usually grow different type of vegetables and stuff during the summer months and spring and summer. Collards is one that I grow occasionally, but just about all the time I grow
turnips and mustards.
Turnips, mustards.
And we don't have any this year.
And but another thing I usually do a lot of is tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, things like that. Stuff that we use a lot of.
He's shaking the table.
Maybe it's telling me I'm vibrating the table. The camera's sitting on the table, so bear with me. That's part of it. I gotta make sure that these things are wiped down and clean. So far, so good. I haven't seen anything else. But when you buy these things from especially you buy from a grocery store, which we got these from, or farmer's market or something, a lot of times they will have already wash these greens before they brought them out there. They'll have run water and stuff on, but they're not clean.
I don't think so.
And you don't,
Because if you put that water on them greens too early, it'll rot the greens.
if you don't, so don't take for granted that word that when you got these things that they are clean. By no means, I wouldn't do that on any product in the store, even if you bought the ones at the store in the bag. But still wash all those things and stuff like that, because a lot of this stuff is put up and prepared on mass production type things, and they're doing it in a hurry. And
I've heard people find little snakes and stuff in bunches of collards. Now you can expect a worm or two, but little snakes, oh my God.
I never heard of a little snake being in one, but
I was saying I had
but
heard.
I can see how it could possibly be, particularly if they're not picking them properly.
Not picking them. They don't pick the greens.
Yeah, because they do when they pick them from the garden. They have to crop those greens from the garden and stuff, put them in there.
And that's probably when they crop that snake.
You would think that they did that.
Did you see that they had that
they may
snake?
have laid them down somewhere and picked them up in that way.
They could have crawled up in the store. Did you see that big snake that was in that can of snap beans at times? They had already put them in the store and cooked.
No.
Don't ever doubt nothing like that. I know most of you guys see that the church, the lady had opened the big side thing of green beans and put them in the crock pot and everything. And then when she opened the lid on the crock pot, there was a snake head up in there. She had already cooked it apparently. But since he mentioned those collards in the bag, just if you're not getting the fresh kind like this, and you buying the ones in the bag, what you would do with those is just rinse them, go back through them and rinse them. They may say pre-wash, but I would advise you to wash them and rinse them off again and remove some of the big stems and stuff that's in them, because a lot of them stems, a lot of them have a real large stems in them, and they don't cook up too well. But because I have gotten the kind in the bags and stuff. Down here it's according what brand that you get, because some of them is better than others.
Okay, now in the bunch of greens, a lot of times you'll get some leaves that don't look that well. When you start getting leaves and stuff that look all like this stuff, like a lot of times I just throw them away because there ain't much to it.
Yeah, you definitely throw that away.
But
that's the purpose of picking.
You'll get those. That's one of the reasons you go through these things and check them. But a lot of times when you see them with holes and things on them like that, ate them like that, normally they have worms or stuff that may have gotten to them at some point and caused that. And sometimes it could have been they just damaged them and when they was getting them and not taking.
But we throw away all
caution.
the bad looking leaves and stuff. I think we throw them away. Cause when I get ready to start washing the greens and everything, if I see something don't look exactly right.
But this is the process.
This is withered too bad.
This is what we do to initially start doing green when you're doing green that are fresh from the garden or from the produce.
Try to get the nicer leaves
that have been
and then we'll leave.
That have been
take as long.
Picked from a farm or somewhere that they have in the store that's for sale. When you find them like this, this is the procedure that we use to now this is that first stalk that I cut the stem out. This is probably about the last one of that one.
What that leaf look like?
And,
it's okay.
This leaf is pretty good size. It's got a little tap spot right there, but it's a good.
It ain't what we're been
Good
chopping
leaf,
over this.
but I'll always wipe them down just in case and see if there's any insects or bugs or worms or anything like that on them. Because you have to be careful when you're picking greens now, because like I said, they are grown outside in the garden and they they will have
When I was picking them
insects and
myself,
bugs
you
on
guys,
them.
when I was picking myself, if I seen one look like a worm had partaked on it, a whole lot of worms on it, it went in the garbage.
All right.
That
So
worm
that
had-
first stuff is pretty much done. I'm gonna take the remnants of it, put it over in the pan that we're gonna discard all the items there. Get it
Careful,
all
don't
out the
knock that
way.
knife off. I think they
And
might
now
got a
I'm getting
general,
ready to
general
cut the
idea.
next stalk, and I do the same way as I did this. Just go up to close to the where the green part start and cut off the biggest part of the stalk, like so. And I'll discard it, and I'll start the same procedure with this bunch as I did the others with cleaning it.
Well, okay, you guys, I think you should have a pretty good understanding that's what we're doing when we calling it picking the greens. What the purpose of that is getting out all bad looking greens and stuff, and like my husband said, looking for any kind of bugs or insects or anything that's on there not right. And I tell you, I have gotten greens that had such a build-up of residue and stuff on them, so that I just put them in the garbage. If something don't look right, cause when we be wiping with that we always be wiping it with a paper towel or a rag. And one time I had bought this bunch of greens, and I was wiping with the rag, and something just kept coming off like blight soot. I was saying, no, not my family. I didn't care if I had paid $10 for that bunch of greens. I put it so straight into the garbage can, and I never purchased any more greens from this guy. I say he must have grown them side the road, and all type of exhaust from cars and stuff that they settled on it. So you don't never know what you're gonna get when you get some greens. So that's when you have to go through them leaf by leaf.
Well,
and pick.
down here in Alabama, greens are plentiful. I mean, there's plenty of farmers around, people that grows vegetables for kind of like a hobby like I do, but it's a lot of folks that do it for a living, you know, and this is what they do. And so here in our area, in Alabama and here in the South, greens are not very hard to find. Some are better than others as far as what they look like and to get, but they're grown quite handily, and they're pretty easily to grow in this part of the country. Like I said, I have a little garden in my backyard that I do, so they're
Okay.
not hard to grow at all.
Okay,
But this
you
is
guys.
the process, and
I'm gonna cut this part of it. My husband, before I started the video, he said, "You don't want me to talk. I don't need to talk." But look like he done got pretty comfortable, so he's enjoying talking
you
to me,
asked me to,
and
I
I
did.
appreciate it. And but I'm gonna go ahead on and cut this part off, so you don't have to watch this whole process. You got enough of it to get the gist of what you're doing right there. Okay, do we cut this off
Bye.
right here? Okay, you guys, we're fixing to get into the second part of this process. The first thing I'm fixing to do, the first thing my husband brought the greens over to the sink and he rinsed them off. We always just rinse them off first. He rinsed them off real good. That's getting that little loose sand and stuff on them, because normally it'd be quite a bit of sand on collards. And then I got some water over here, just some regular tap water, and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Here this here baking soda again in my collard green. You know, when I fix those other collards, I put a pinch of it in while I was cooking them. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 heaping spoons of baking soda. Now this is the way my mother cleaned greens. She said that this some baking soda will run all that trash and anything stuck on the leaves and stuff. She said get any kind of residue or any kind of stuff like that off the greens. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be rinsing them and putting them over in this here baking soda water, and I'm gonna let it sit in this for 10 minutes. Once I let it sit in the 10 minutes, I'm gonna rinse them out of there. And I'll probably rinse them approximately a couple of more times. Now, a long time ago, with my mother, we would cut the collard greens up before we washed them. And I learned that I like cleaning them this way. It's a whole lot better. Just running it like this, I can just take it. I would have just took them and put them on over there in that baking soda solution. And that's not gonna hurt your collards, not gonna harm them. Just don't let them sit in there too long. It's just gonna clean these leaves real good. That way you won't have to be worried about that you wash and clean your collards good. All of this stuff is not hard at all to do. It's not hard. You know, usually when you say fresh collards to a lot of people, they just like, oh no. But I'll be doing them so long. I don't like it. If I have a lot of them to clean, like if I'm like when we would have family reunions and stuff like that, and if I was on collard green duty, like I say, my husband or either some of the other people would just help me pick them, and I cut them up and wash them and stuff. I've been doing it so many years, it's no problem. And the way we do it, with the way he clean them, and that way it just make them not too hard. Like I say, I'm just rinsing these like this here, but I could have just, because he already done rinsed them off, and I'm just calm myself trying to show you. But I could have just took them and put them on over in that baking soda solution. That's what I normally do when he when I'm just doing it for the house. But since he had already did this process, I'm just showing it again. If you got one of these sprayers, you can just take it and spray them like this. That's what my husband had already did this moment to us. I'm just making sure all of them kind of getting separated. Now I have had better collards, and I've had worse, so that ain't no big deal. When you get them, they is what they is. If you bring them from the store, ain't no sense in complaining about them. Get in and get what you can get out of them, and keep them moving. Because normally they be real just as good, no matter how pretty they look. Now I taught my daughter, she can pick greens real good. She normally picks them for me, and she really don't grumble that much about them. Now my son, he really thinks he's a chef, that he can cook. I told him when he got married, I said, if you ain't cooking, you learn how to eat whatever way your wife prepared. Don't go up there trying to say this way mama cook it and whatever. You eat the way wife prepare y'all meal. And my daughter-in-law, she's a good cook too. I'm gonna try to get her to do a video for me. I love the way she fixes chicken Alfredo. She fixes it the homemade way. That's the only way I like chicken Alfredo. I can't get acquainted with that sauce that's in the jar for some reason or another. I didn't think I liked it because I had tried it in the jar. I'm always trying something. And I was like, I don't think so. And then one Father's Day, she came down and she was going to do a Father's Day dinner for my husband and my son. And that was what she prepared. And I tell you, I fell in love with chicken Alfredo all over again. Well, I fell in love with it from the start. I didn't know I even liked it until she fixed it like that. Let me get these greens on over here in this thing and get them in soaking so I can, this is going to be a two-part video. I had several requests to do pressure cooking. Collards in the pressure cooker. And so I just doubled this process because I didn't know when I would get around to it again. So I'm just showing this in this video going to just only be on the prepping the greens, the washing and cleaning, and then the other video will be just on how I do them with this pressure cooker. Now I got one of the old, the old-fashioned pressure cooker. I don't have one of those instant pots. I heard they're very nice, but that's electric pressure cooker. But this here pressure cooker you use on a burner on the stove, they were the one that used to be considered the most dangerous kind. But I've been cooking with it for years. And this one that I'm using, a friend of mine, she gave it to me brand new. I mean, she blessed me with a brand new pressure cooker. She had bought it, and I don't know why she didn't want to use it. I tell you probably she want to cook it. This woman is such an awesome cook. This woman will make you think you hadn't had no good food until you had her. And she's a friend of mine, a daughter, and she have a sister that lives in Chicago. And we all the best of friends. I love her to death. And she gave me that pressure cooker because the one I had been had for about 20 years. It had tore up on me. And she knew that she had one out there in her shed, and she was saying, Clara, I have it, And I was saying, oh my, I was like, do you want anything for it? Because like I said, it was brand new. Now I'm going to turn these greens over. This here's in the soda water. And I'm going to let them sit over here in this soda bath for maybe about 10 minutes. And I'm going to come back and rinse them out and rinse them out a couple of more times. And then I'm going to get ready to cut them up. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. We fixing to go into the final process of the greens. I'm getting ready to cut them up. While I was off camera, I went ahead on and washed them out of the soda bath. I washed them out of that. Once I washed them out of that soda bath, I rinsed them about 2 times, and that was really good enough, but I really rinsed them 3 times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a little small demonstration of me cutting the collards. I'm not going to sit up and cut them all on camera, but I want to let you see, just get the gist of what I'm doing. I stack the leaves on top of each other. I lay them on my cutting board. Try to turn them all the same way if you can, but if you don't, it ain't no big deal, because the leaves through that washing process and everything like that, they ain't gonna be all not broken. Now them tough ones, they gonna stay together. But sometimes this a food, you'll think they're going to be tender, but they're not. That's when you have to test them during the cooking process. But usually, the way I'm going to fix these in the pressure cooker, that usually eliminate any toughness. Okay, once I get them like that, I try to fold off all the raggedy ends, and I just start rolling. I just start rolling those collards like a, I reckon just like an egg roll or a jelly roll. And make sure you keep your fingers and everything out the way. Let me see if my knife sharp enough to do this. And at this time you can cut the little pieces just as, you know, the size you want them. Now some people cut their greens up so fine and thin it look like a piece of thread. I really don't care for my collards like that. I always cut them out like that. That's a good size. You know, back in that, when I was growing up, if the older people had a lot of collards and stuff to cook, like for big meeting and things like that, they would, after the men washed those collards and everything, they would grab them and twist them and, you know, just tear them apart like that, cook them like that. They wouldn't necessarily do all this in cutting. I have seen that did before. Some people may know what I'm talking about. And then they'll sort of cut them up once they once the collards get done. They'll get a knife and a fork and do some kind of number like that and get them cut all up real, you know, finer in that bowl. But them used to be some of the best collards you can put in your mouth. Okay, let me cut a few more. Let you see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go off camera and finish cutting these collards because I got another video to do. And to the young lady that asked me to show her this process, I hope you I did it enough where you can understand exactly what I did. And if you didn't, if it's something that you don't understand and you need some clarification of, just go ahead on and drop me another comment on the collards or on this video, and you know, I'll try to explain it to you. But I believe if you watch this video, like I said, I'm not taking you through the whole process because it's not necessary. I'm just showing you the procedure. Because you're going to do this, roll them up, cut them like this here until you get all the greens cut. And make sure, like I said, this pan that I'm putting them in is clean. Once I took the soda water out, I wash it again because you're not going to need to wash them anymore after you get them cut up like this. And like I was telling you, we used to have to get the greens cut up like this and then wash them, which was a lot harder. You know, everything that was did back then, you know, some of these improvements on it, it's all right with me because it's a lot easier doing it this way than to sitting up cutting the greens up and then washing them. And I believe you probably lose quite a bit of your nutrients like that because, you know, it would make you wash until the water run the tub. They used to wash them in tubs. Out on our back porch, my mama had like 3 I don't know what size tubs it was that she would wash those greens in. Because, you know, like then, back then when you had a large family, you had to prepare a lot. And you handle them greens. You don't let them handle you. If something try to flop out and you trying to put it it's trying to go that way, you try to put it that way, you just say, no ma'am, no sir. And grab that stuff and roll it on up and get it done. Anything you doing, cooking, hair, or whatever type of job, you got to use control. That's what I was telling my daughter about making that. You know, I had real good dexterity and stuff in my hand because that was my professional. I had to have it. I had to be in control. So I had to have strong hands. I don't y'all get them fingers. I'll cut up so far you can get them fingers. Okay, I'm going to cut one more roll and then that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead on and sign off. And as I get it ready, y'all know the spiel. You kind of get tired of this spiel, and I probably stop saying it after a while. Make me some signs like I see on some of the other videos. Subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you. So, come on, little bitty thing. I think when I was, most of this broke up real bad like this when I was doing that washing. You know, I wasn't, you know, being as careful as I normally be with her. Not careful, but I was just trying to get it done so I could move on to the next step. My mama used to tell us all the time, you can't get in no hurry to cook. You get in a hurry, you can't get in a hurry. You're going to make a mess. You're going to make a mess. You're going to burn up something. Don't burn up something. Take your time. Take your time. And so I knew to take my time. I was just like the little children. I was just doing something. Doing what I knew I should have been doing. Now usually I put more collards in the roll than this here. But like I say, they are trying to show out being all contrary. And then there's this light bright over here on the side of my face. Let me show you the collards in the, so I got it right, cameraman?
Yeah.
So that's what they look like cut up. And I've enjoyed sharing this in video and showing you this in process. I know a lot of people already know how to do it, but I enjoyed doing this for you. And like I said, if you have any questions, drop me a comment. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would appreciate it. And hit that notification button to be notified when I'm putting up another video, because I plan on having, I went into my bulk with my recipes and stuff, because I'm enjoying this now that I've gotten some better equipment. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.